You see, the scientist said the bumblebee couldn't fly. She lacked the wing beats per minute or the necessary size. But the bumblebee, in her ignorance, proved him wrong. She knew that she could fly because she'd flown all along, and now imagine if she'd listened to that man, she might have stopped. Given up on the spot, tucked her wings in and dropped. So don't ever let someone tell you what you can't do, because just because it's proven doesn't mean it's true. Bzzz. The bumblebee bumbled. Loving her life, she hums as she flies. Bzzz. The bumblebee fumbled. Clumsily stumbled from flower to flower, the bumblebee tumbled. Tore through the sky, pulling corkscrews and dives. Bzzz. The bumblebee mumbled. Crumbled in front of the queen and her power. The bumblebee grumbled something explicit, discovered she'd been labelled a gimmick, and then the bumblebee rumbled. Desperate to eat that nectar so sweet, the bumblebee humbled her critics, silenced all things scientific, and then bzzz. The bumblebee jumbled her speech. She did not care, 'cause in the air she was free, because she was a busy bee. Loved to fly to flowers and visit trees, deliver seeds efficiently, more so than in a breeze, intricate, intimate, meticulous, auxiliary, and gather more honey than any sick MCs you see. Ever since she'd learned to fly, she'd earned her stripes, despite the words of hype from learned types, suppressed the urge to fight or turn and hide. Instead she yearned for skies and birds up high. Her confidence was soaring. She's a scientist is boring, the sort of people she should be ignoring because they made no sense. Least on center sweet as pollen, even centimeters from her, they depended on their drawings and they'd rather follow their charts than follow their hearts. If they saw a bee leave, they'd still believe their graphs. They preferred facts and figures to bees, wax and vigor, but she begged to differ as she flew past and laughed. Meet the scientist. His aim in life was to try and dismiss any hypothesis he deemed preposterous. When asked why he never swallowed his pride, he replied, that is obvious. It wouldn't fit down my esophagus. Not quite the optimist, more like the opposite, less likely to be living in a bubble than popping it. He had, hey, believe everything I say, fever. Pollinosis, when close to the anomalous, taking measurements, making experiments, accumulating evidence. His brain contained considerable cleverness compared to his intelligence. So busy with bees in the room, he forgot the elephant. His foolproof was foolproof except for the truth. If the bumblebee had read his report, she'd have agreed she was too heavy, therefore should never be airborne. But ignorance is bliss, and that begins with a bee. This one's for the bees and the hives and lives of aviation, the ones who survive and help survive through pollinations, and the ones who thrive in those sticky situations with their flucky nookie knee hilly-billifications. They are doing what they're doing for the buzz, not for love or money, moving and maneuvering above. If the weather's sunny, proving to the humans their conclusions are confusing and usually refusing to budge. This is for those who are being themselves, believe in themselves. See the bee in themselves, set it free in themselves. You know that even though it's difficult, life is full of miracles, and true happiness never came from being cynical. The bumblebees, forever looking for something sweet, overcoming tumbleweeds by holding on to something sweet and summery. This is for those who stay summery, for there will be bees to come, whatever comes to be. Because the scientist said the bumblebee couldn't fly. She lacked the wing beats per minute or the necessary size. But the bumblebee, in her ignorance, proved him wrong. She knew that she could fly because she'd flown all along, and now imagine if she'd listened to that man, she might have stopped, given up on the spot, tucked her wings in and dropped. So don't ever let someone tell you what you can't do, because just because it's proven doesn't mean it's true.